Father's Day always brings a lot of family photos, emotional messages, and celebrations across social media. This year, however, many people were paying close attention to Papoose, who is also widely known as Remy Ma's estranged husband, because of the ongoing conversation surrounding his personal life and the public attention connected to Claressa Shields. Almost everything he posts online is being closely watched. While many people were celebrating the holiday, some fans couldn't help but notice something they felt was unusual about the way he spent Father's Day on social media. Before getting into that, it's important to give credit to all the fathers who truly show up for their children every single day. Being a father is about much more than making a social media post. It's about love, guidance, support, and being present. Still, since Papoose regularly shares parts of his life online, many people naturally expected to see him celebrating all of his children on a day that is specifically meant to honor fathers. As the day went on, fans noticed that his page looked different from what they expected. Papoose is someone who often posts updates, whether something big is happening or not. Because of that, people assumed Father's Day would include several family-centered posts. Instead, the main post that stayed on his page for most of the day focused on only one part of his family. In that message, Papoose spoke about his daughter and his niece. He explained that although they are first cousins, he has always loved and treated both of them like his own daughters. According to him, the two had been very close while growing up but had stopped speaking to each other for several years. He shared that he had been waiting for the right moment to bring them back together and finally help repair their relationship. He said he had personally helped raise both young women, and that his only Father's Day wish was for them to put their disagreement behind them. His message centered on forgiveness. As the conversation continued online, many people started looking at the situation from a different angle. Some wondered if the relationship between certain children and their father had been affected by whatever problems exist between the adults in the family. That question comes up often whenever parents separate or go through public disagreements. While no one outside the family truly knows what happens behind closed doors, people naturally become curious when they notice that one child seems to receive much more public attention than the others. It doesn't automatically mean favoritism is happening, but it does make people ask whether every child is being treated the same. That is where the discussion becomes much more sensitive. Many people began asking whether a child has to be in a certain situation or maintain a particular relationship to receive public recognition from a parent. Nobody can answer that except the family involved, but it is easy to understand why those questions started appearing across social media. Looking at everything from the outside, it seemed as if one child remained the main focus for almost the entire Father's Day celebration. Then, much later, another post appeared that included the rest of the family. By that point, many followers had already formed their opinions. For some people, the timing changed everything. They felt that the second post looked more like an attempt to balance things out after people had already started noticing the difference. Of course, there is no way to know if that was actually the intention, but that was the impression many viewers were left with. Social media moves quickly, and first impressions often shape the conversation before anyone has a chance to explain themselves. This is why many people believe there are only two good options when it comes to posting about family online. Either celebrate everyone equally, or simply keep those personal moments private. The moment a parent publicly highlights one child while the others receive little or no attention, people begin wondering why. Whether that concern is fair or not, those questions almost always appear. Discussions about favoritism usually begin with small details that people notice, and once those conversations start, they can grow much bigger than expected. Many people also tried to imagine how the other children might feel if they saw those posts. Imagine opening social media on Father's Day and noticing that most of the attention was placed on one sibling, while everyone else was barely mentioned until much later. Even if that was never meant to send a message, it's easy to see why some people believe those moments can leave lasting memories. Children often remember the little things, especially when they involve feeling included or left out. Another detail that caught people's attention was the reunion post itself. From what many viewers could see, it appeared to include a FaceTime screenshot instead of photos showing everyone together in person. That led some people to believe the family reunion happened virtually rather than face-to-face on Father's Day. If that was the case, some questioned why that conversation became the centerpiece of the holiday, while the other children were acknowledged only near the end of the day. Because of that, many observers felt there were really two separate issues being discussed. The first was that most of the public attention seemed to center on one child. The second was that the broader Father's Day message recognizing everyone came so late that it felt almost like an afterthought. Again, nobody can say for certain what Papoose intended, but that is how many people interpreted the sequence of events. Another reason the discussion gained momentum is because Papoose has often spoken about being genuine and not doing things just for attention or social media. Whenever someone regularly talks about authenticity, people naturally compare those words to their actions. Fair or unfair, public figures are often held to the standards they set for themselves. When followers believe those actions do not match earlier statements, criticism usually follows. Some viewers felt the reunion post seemed designed to publicly celebrate the fact that a family disagreement had been resolved. They believed the message placed a lot of attention on the role he played in bringing everyone back together. While family healing is certainly something worth celebrating, critics argued that the presentation made it feel like the focus was just as much on receiving public praise as it was on the reunion itself. Others completely disagreed and felt he was simply sharing a meaningful family moment. As with many online debates, people interpreted the same post in very different ways. The conversation became even more complicated because many people believe that if family truly comes first, every child should be shown the same level of love and appreciation, especially during a holiday that celebrates fatherhood. Critics argued that certain relationships seemed to receive much more public attention, while others stayed in the background. Whether that reflects real life or simply the way the posts were arranged is impossible to know from social media alone. Some online commenters even described the situation as looking transactional. They questioned whether attention and public recognition were being given differently depending on the circumstances or current relationships within the family. That may or may not be an accurate conclusion, but it shows how quickly people begin creating their own narratives when they notice patterns they believe are meaningful. One point that many people seem to agree on, regardless of which side they supported, was that disagreements between adults should never affect the children. Whatever problems may exist between parents should stay between the parents. Children should never feel like they are caught in the middle or receive less attention because of situations they had no part in creating. That belief became one of the strongest themes throughout the discussion. For that reason, many critics were not impressed by the late-night Father's Day tribute. They felt the earlier posts had already created a very different impression, and adding a broader family message at the end of the day did little to change it. Their view was simple. If a parent is proud of all of their children, then every child deserves to be celebrated equally from the beginning, not hours later after people start asking questions. Interestingly, this entire situation also caused some people to revisit comments that Remy Ma made years ago. Whenever something new happens, old interviews, past statements, and previous accusations often resurface online. Social media users enjoy connecting past events with current ones, whether those connections are accurate or not. That doesn't necessarily prove anything, but it does explain why older conversations suddenly return whenever a new situation appears to fit an existing narrative. In the end, only the people directly involved know the full story, while everyone else is left interpreting a small piece of what they see online.